Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Demon the Descent here on Dork Tales. I'm your storyteller, Kelle. I use he and him as my pronouns, and I'm very excited to be back for another episode of Demon. It's going to be a fantastic time, and I hope you enjoy us. But before we get into that, I want to quickly introduce the cast. Let's go ahead and let them introduce themselves right now, starting with Christa.
Hello, I'm Christa. I use she, they, or her, them pronouns. And I am playing Ms. Maccabee, who has two identities and is currently in possession of very dangerous things, and very dangerous things are going to be done to her, I expect.
I expect it to.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Nice. Over to Kelle.
Hi, it's Kelle from up the road. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm very glad to be back here tonight playing Ms. Void, aka Ivy Watson, and the militant hacktivist who has probably hacked a BlackBerry before and gotten on the dark web with it. I don't know. She's just, that's exciting.
Nice. All right, down to Mike.
Hi everyone, it's me, Michael, going with he, him pronouns, and tonight I'm playing Mr. Cinder, also known as Grover, or Haley as the case may be. And he has no car, because previous episode.
It's fine. If you haven't watched, you should. And last but not least, joining us tonight is James.
Why, hello there. I'm James. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I am playing Mr. Dredge, a bit of a rabble-rouser who only has one identity, alternative identity, which is Simon Berg, the heavy-duty mechanic.
Nice. So folks, if you're watching this episode right now, you're either on our Patreon or you've waited around long enough for it to be in public release. Quick note, thank you everybody who has been with us on the Patreon. This game was released as a once monthly bonus content for our $5 patrons and higher, and then has about a 3-ish month cooldown for everybody else before it goes into public release. If you want to join the patrons and see this content 3 months early, along with another 4 to 5 games on top of this, go to patreon.com/dorktales and join up today. Or if you're already there and watching this immediately upon release, thank you for helping support the channel and for keeping us on the air. I can't appreciate it enough. I really can't. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. With that, I have to ask, does everybody have their aspirations for tonight's game? Nice. Does everybody have any XP expenditures that they want to make? So last episode, real quick reminder, you got 4 beats.
Yes.
Plus anything that you earned on the side. And what are your aspirations tonight? Go ahead and pop them in the chat or tell me verbally right now and I'll jot them down. So let's go through the list real quick with Ms. Maccabee. What are your aspirations?
The short-term aspiration is to hopefully get away with the items that I have currently.
Okay.
And I need another, survive might be my other one, depending on how Grover's feeling.
Survive Grover? Is that?
I think that might be one of them.
Okay, I'll allow it. Survive Grover. Survive Mr. Cinder.
Oh, Mr. Cinder, that's the one. I was trying to remember your demon name.
Surviving Grover, and what long term do you have, Christa?
So my last long term, I actually I completed because it was gain a greater hold in the city, and now that between Ms. Void and I, we have a much greater hold on this really powerful gang. So I marked that one off. So I updated mine to get a government official on my roster.
Okay. Ms. Void, what are your aspirations?
I have kept 2 of them. The first short one is fortified defenses against the God Machine. The long one is become more social. But to that, the new short-term aspiration, because I managed to get somebody on my side, gain information. My new short term is going to be obtain a new cover identity, because she might want to have a second one. She might want to have a backup.
All right, sounds good. Mr. Cinder.
All right, so I finished off one of my short-term ones
Mr. Cinder.
last time. Oh, my apologies, I missed her.
It was like, I Please speak to my agent.
You guys
If
changed
did
character
me,
sheets. You didn't
I'll
even
be
tell
in
me.
my trailer. Major short-term one is what's in the box. I'd probably get the box back to where it's supposed to be. So, what's in the suitcase, and why are we opening it? And then the other one is, hey, can we get that cute little cat Linus a home so that cat doesn't have to go and hang out with Karen, the true evil
monster
of
of
this
the
campaign. Yeah,
That's true.
and then long term is I guess I'm gonna have to find a new car, and a new brick of drugs, and a new wad of money. So we'll just have to focus on re-getting that.
We'll start with the car.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first things first.
Or we'll start with the drugs. Whatever works.
One will get you another.
All right, Mr. Cinder number 2. Mr. Dredge.
All right. So Mr. Dredge. Oh yeah. So so for me, my first short term is going to be acquire the stuff. So these two are brawling over it. I think I'm going to get in there and see if I can
see what you can
run
do
off with stuff as well. Yeah. Long term, crush some infrastructure, and we had 2 short terms, right?
You have 2 short terms and a long term.
Right. My other short term is get drunk and hang out with people.
Get drunk. Okay. All right. So, and Kelle, the guy who soul pact you made was with Marshall Lum. So, last episode,
That's what I thought. That's what I wrote down. Okay.
right? You
Marshall
all.
Lum the thug.
He's not a thug. He's a businessman that happens to use thug tactics.
Thug life.
He doesn't have the tattoo. So
Legitimate
last episode.
I'll cross stitch the sampler for him.
Okay, you might as well. Last episode, you all made it to the First Avenue plant and Soul Food Farms, where you got into a protracted gunfight. Well, that was already in the midst of its occurrence there with the kids that you had been tracking. They had confronted a local gang ran by Marshall Lum and were in the process of taking on these local triads. I also made the mistake of saying that that they were speaking Mandarin, which I feel foolish about because most triads have Cantonese as their main language. So, oops. We're gonna fix that in post. We're not gonna fix that. But anyway, that was just a mistake on my part because I'm not perfect. I'm only human, unlike the 4 of you.
Leave a comment below and win a reward. Don't ask what the reward is. There is no reward.
The reward is we send a triad to your house and they teach you Cantonese.
That'd be a much better program than the drugs. It's like that episode of Breaking Bad where they make coffee and they're like, "Why are we making meth?"
This is really let's be fair, you're gonna practice if
right.
This is true. All right. So with that, you ended up not only defeating the gang, you ended up forging a soul pact with Marshall Lum and acquiring the girl that you were in the middle of looking for, whose name is Mr. Cinder. Kendra, you got Kendra. You also acquired the attaché that the tailor had asked for, and Ms. Maccabee, you had also acquired the Hellfire gun that runs on human blood.
Yes.
You assume human. It runs on blood.
True.
It runs.
Do we have human blood in us?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
We're completely human. Why would you think otherwise?
We are full
Does
of
it do different things if you
and by we, I mean both of us.
Non-human blood?
And by both of us, I mean
more human.
both of my identity is not like you. Never mind. I mean, you two are a whole other thing. And by you two, I don't mean
me too.
like
I'm a whole other thing.
Yeah, I don't mean you 4.
And Kelle, to answer that question, I think some experimentation is going to be required. So last episode, Christa, Ms. Maccabee acquired the briefcase and managed to get just far enough away from Mr. Cinder to open it. And that's where we ended game with you opening it up, the sound of sirens on your way, and you all kind of converging on the briefcase like hungry spies that you are. So without further ado, I think it's time for us to hop into that moment right there. In the midst of all of the turmoil on the street, Ms. Maccabee, you click the lock of the attaché, forcing it open with a little bit of aether. It opens in front of you. And as you look down into it, anyone who looks at your face is going to see a myriad light show cast along your features, shadows deepening under your eyes, which, although you have complete control over your emotions as a demon, internally, you are quite surprised. Whether or not you choose to have that reflect on your face is something else entirely. You look down into the box, the attaché. It has protective foam padding built into the top and the bottom, and is barren, save for a small ball, roughly the size of a snow globe. As you look at it, though, you can see that its surface dances with flashes of nuclear fire. As you look into it, you can see missiles, ICBMs, flying. You can see the Earth reflected in its glass sphere. You can see swaths of Europe, America, Russia, and all of Asia melting away in nuclear fire. I want you to do me a favor, and as you're looking at this, I want you to make me an intelligence plus... it's going to be a rough one because this is something that only angels would probably know about. So let's do an intelligence plus primum roll.
Primum. Okay.
Primum, yeah.
It's not a big roll. Can I use willpower on it?
You can spend a willpower point, yeah.
Okay, and that's 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Two.
Looking down at this, you got 2 successes with that?
Yes.
This is, it has a bunch of different things that it could be called, but I think the quickest one to explain is it's an apocalypse orb. The item in front of you is a nuclear apocalypse in a bubble.
Delightful.
Meaning if it cracks, it happens.
Uh-huh.
And that looks like you've heard stories that the God Machine has a vault somewhere full of different ones, bacteriophage endings, George A. Romero style zombie outbreaks, meteors that smash into the side of the planet, cracking its crust. Each one of them locked away for a rainy day or because of some type of subversion that the God Machine used infrastructure to prevent. So you are a little engrossed by this. Everyone else, as you are seeing this, what are you doing? Because like Mr. Cinder was like right on you, and I believe Miss Void and Mr. Dredge were headed over to you at this point at rapid pace. So you were going to see Miss Maccabee kind of like crouched on the ground, opening the briefcase, and Mr. Cinder approaching menacingly like a Terminator. Why don't we roll initiative, actually? I think this is a great time to have initiative ticks in here. So that is 1d10 plus your
fabulous
dex and composure.
Ooh,
Right? Dex and
not
composure?
awful.
Okay, so looking at our little initiative list right here. And Kelle, what'd you get? 8. Okay, so we have Maccabee with an 11. We have Dredge with a 9. We have Void with an 8, and then we have Cinder with a 5. All right, so Ms. Maccabee, you are in the process of looking at this. Do you think that consists of most of your action, or are you doing something else?
I think she's gonna pull it out of the case and hold the gun up to it
Okay.
and look at Mr. Cinder and I don't know if you know what this is, but this is an apocalypse ink ball. And if you don't want it set off this very second, please take a step back. That's her turn.
All right. That's great. So you hold that up. Mr. Dredge, you have driven up beside.
I'm gonna clamber out of the like kind of stand in like the like open up the door and just kind of like be half hanging off the truck. I'd be like, what the hell are we doing? Just kind of glancing back and forth between them.
All right. You doing anything else?
I should ask, like, how far are people away from me? Like, I'm just not sure where.
So you're kind of like, so they're like on a sidewalk, and you have pulled up next to it. There is a demolished, evaporated car, we should say,
I saw
that Mr.
that,
Cinder was driving, that he walked through, and he is kind of Terminator approaching Ms. Maccabee. And she is holding something very strange in her hand.
Sure. And what's the distance between, like, myself to Maccabee?
You are on the other side of a truck.
Okay, so like
10 feet.
10 meters, 20 meters? Okay.
Don't, 10 feet.
Okay.
Picture like her in a different parking space than you. You're that distance.
Good. No, that's plenty of information. Thank you very much.
worries.
But yeah, I'll just be like, whoa, what the hell are we doing?
Ms. Void, it is your turn. So you are in the passenger seat of that truck, meaning you could probably clock Ms. Maccabee with your door if you really wanted to.
Yeah, she's holding that kick-ass gun that I don't want her using on me, considering we just made friends. And I'm gonna hold and just kind of watch and see what's going on, because I don't want to get in the middle of this.
All right, sounds good. Then Mr. Cinder, what do? You are approaching. I'm going to say you're probably about 10 feet away, which is well inside of your movement range for the round. What do you want to do?
I am dusting the remnants of shredded cash and drugs and vehicle off of my lovely little sweater, and continuing the direct approach, and probably leaning into the fact that I've got obscenely high manipulation, and saying something along the lines of, "Please, that gun can't hurt me. What do you think a nuclear apocalypse is going to do? Let's not be rash here. We're not ending anything." And then reach out and try to take the gun out of her hand.
Can I speak out of turn?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Won't hurt you, but it'll hurt all the little kitty cats.
Okay, still trying to grab the gun?
Yeah, like you don't think that's part of my cover? Like, oh no, Mr. Cinder feels so horrible.
So
Yeah, I guess I can't activate any of my demonic form as a reaction.
No, not off of your turn. So
Yeah.
you'd have to have declared it. Do you want to use a reflexive action to activate your form, Mr. Cinder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Burn up what's left of my powers.
All right, sounds good. So you'll need to make me a compromise roll.
Which I'm pretty sure I'm rolling like...
You're rolling like 15 dice on that, yeah.
something like that.
So, and you're rolling, I believe you have 8 demonic forms or 9?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8, so you're adding a +7 to this roll, which is, I believe, manipulation. Oh yeah, +1 additional one, right?
So that's already 3 zeros plus 2 8s.
Okay.
Plus 1 more
All right.
dice. plus
Okay.
those 10s, so... Yeah, so it's 6 successes.
6 successes. All right, cool. So, activating that form, you will succeed in your compromise roll.
Okay. So that gives me +5 on grapple attempts.
All right, that sounds
And
good. So, what
allows
you
me to
are...
grip pretty much anything that I could hold on to that doesn't just straight out destroy my hand.
Okay. So, trying to grab the gun, that is going to be a strength and brawl contested by Miss Maccabee, strength and athletics.
Cool.
Now, I believe the +5 applies only after you make contact, though. So, don't apply it. Apply it as a modifier after, like, if you defeat Christa's roll. Because it's a grip, right? So you have to make contact first.
Well, no, it actually applies to my grapple roll.
Okay.
In that case, my 3 ain't gonna do it.
But probably not. We'll find out. He still has to roll it.
Yeah.
Well, if he has a +5 to it, then...
Yeah, he could roll all ones.
Oh, that's true. If he botches.
Yeah. Well, he can't botch unless he wants to. But yeah, basically.
Right.
So that's
gains 5 dice and any grapple maneuvers.
So technically disarm isn't a grapple maneuver, but I'll allow this because it is a grip based thing.
Yeah. One, 2, 3. So it's 3.
3 total? Okay, so you're actually going... And you used your strength and brawl on top of that?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to say is that you are going to be engaged in a grapple for this. However, you both got the same number of successes, so you have basically locked onto the gun, and you're playing tug of war with it at this point. So you have grabbed it. I'm assuming that you're keeping the barrel pointed away from you, or do you not care?
Doesn't matter to me because
it
it can't hurt me. So.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Cinder, that is your turn. Miss Maccabee, he has stepped forward and he has grabbed the gun and is kind of like wrestling with it.
The gun is cool. The ball is cooler. I think I'm gonna run. I'd like to activate my wings.
Okay. So go ahead and I guess make me the roll to do a partial transformation.
So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I roll 7 dice.
You roll no, you roll 6 dice plus your wits plus manipulation.
Oh, okay. Wits plus... Oh, that's even better than my cover. Sweet. Okay. Come on. Okay, 2, 3. It's a lot of ones.
Well, don't worry, they don't do anything.
Yeah, 3.
3?
I'm
Okay.
like 14 dice.
So you are going to so both you and Mr. Cinder, I'm going to assign you a temporary glitch for succeeding those rolls. Actually, Mike, did you get 5 successes or just like 3 or 4? Did you finish rolling all your dice?
For which?
For your
The
cover.
grapple.
For the grapple.
Oh, for the
For
cover.
my cover?
Yeah, your compromise roll that you made. Did you get 5 successes?
I got like 6 successes.
Okay, cool. So you can take a cover beat and regain a point of willpower if you're down any.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Christa, you are going to gain a temporary glitch as you sprout your wings. You are going to gain. Roll your primum. Your primum.
Okay. And add together or successes?
Just tell me how many successes you get.
Oh, none.
None. All right. With so you're going to manifest a minor glitch, and the glitch that is going to You are going to become literally hot to the touch, as if your internal fans have stopped functioning. You're going to be registering at about 130 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 60 degrees Celsius or so, to the touch. So you are going to sprout your wings. What does that look like?
They're huge angel wings, like just glittery and silver and white. And
are they organic or are they like cybernetic?
Yes, they're like offensively biblical.
Okay. All right. So
but I guess
sprouting
they
those
will light on
wings.
fire a little.
Okay, they will start to char. And do you just take off?
Yes.
Do you relinquish the gun?
Yes. Let go of the gun, but go off with the ball.
All right. So how are you grabbing the case as well, or just the ball?
I think trying to grab the case will slow me down, so
Okay.
I think she's just going to take the ball.
So what is your movement speed in this? What is having
normally
wings do?
5, but the wings give me a factor of 10.
Okay,
So
so
15.
So frickin' fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is going to mean that you can basically take off, and you are probably that means you're about 45 feet in the air.
She's definitely gonna dodge as quick as she can, like get out of Cinder's reach and like get into like in between buildings as fast as she can, so that
Okay.
she's out of vision.
Okay,
All
'cause I
right,
can't
sounds good.
teleport.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Mr. Dredge, it is your turn. You will see Mr. Cinder grab a gun out of Ms. Maccabee's hand, and she sprouts wings and takes off flying. Now, mind you, you are down in the middle of False Creek, so there are tons of buildings nearby, tons of condos. So she is just whipping by a series of condos.
All right, I am going, so I'll be like, you bitch. I'm going to manifest my own stuff. I'm going to turn on two things.
Okay.
I am going to turn on extra arms and my my tether ability.
Okay. And a reminder that it costs a point of Aether to manifest this and a point to put it away, and you can't manifest anything else while you are manifesting. So you got to put it away, put it back out. It's expensive as hell to do the little basic baby ones. So
Yeah, I know.
that
I do have versatile transformation, which gives me, it only costs me 1 point of ether to do both. So
okay, that's good. So go ahead. You're going to make that roll, which is, of course,
should be
manipulation and wits.
so I got like 13 dice for that.
You got 13 dice. Okay.
Yeah, because I got like 9 transformations. I'm popping 2, so that's 7, and then I've got 6 on basic. So
Sounds good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Successes.
6. Yeah.
All right. Gain a point of willpower and a cover beat.
Oh, cool.
Somehow you manage to not only survive your compromise, but incorporate it into your cover and become stronger for it.
Weird. What? Okay, I didn't even know.
So what does this look like? What does this look like as you change?
So what it'll basically look like is his arms are basically going to like it's going to split down the middle, and like, because they're basically kind of fluidic metal, they're just going to part into 2 separate braces. So kind of like the arms are I'm going to split into basically like 4 arms, and then from liquid metal tethers are just going to, and I'm going to just launch them up towards her. I've got a range of 20 yards with these things, and I'm going to attempt to grapple her. So I'll chase her and then try to like, I'm going to try to restrain her.
Okay, so you can rush into an alley that she's kind of dodging through. So I guess we're going to do a contested roll in this case. This is going to be a grapple roll. Let me just review her wings to see if this the things the demon makes you look up, guys.
Right?
It's in the regular book on page 205.
Thank you so much for providing that. 205. So looking at this, wings, sprout from the think of the flying apparatus, capable of flight, and adds species factor of 10 to your speed while flying, which means that you are going quite fast, because your normal speed would be a total of your strength plus dexterity
5.
plus 5. Well, it's strength plus dexterity plus 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed the plus 5.
Yeah. So
in that case, it's 10. So it's
okay,
20
so that means
total.
so 20. So he is going to be able to, if his tether has a 40-foot range, he will be, or 40, is it 40 meters?
It's 20 yards.
So 20 meters.
20 meters, you're
So each dot
So
of your
that'd be-
speed is a meter you can move during your turn, or a yard. So if you're
So
at 20 and he's at 20 and he can move and then do it, he'll be able to try to grab you. So the way this is going to be a successful touch attack with strength plus athletics. So that,
right.
I'm assuming that would be strength and athletics minus her defense, though.
Yes, it is. And I'll spend a
Which is 3.
willpower too.
Okay. Christa, you can spend a willpower to raise your defense by 2
I will
if
do
you
that.
choose. Okay.
That makes
Cool.
it 5.
So that means I've got +3 strength from my extra arms.
Mhm.
So I've got 5 strength. I've got 2 athletics, so that's 7.
Okay.
I've got the willpower, which gives me, damn it, what
+3?
willpower, what's willpower? +3. So I'm up to 10, then down to 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got 5 dice. All right, come on. I have 1. I have 1.
Okay, so Christa, as Ms. Maccabee is flitting away through the alley, you are going to hear, and you're going to be tethered around what, the ankles, the wing, the waist. What are you aiming? What do you hit with 1 success?
Oh, I think it's like an anti-aircraft fire. It's just like lashing cables coming down.
Okay, so you're going to
trying
have
to
these
entangle it.
cables lash into you, grabbing you on. You are considered grappled. So after a successful touch attack, the victim is considered grappled. Each turn, you will continue to roll against James now to try to escape. So the grappling rules are on page 89 of Chronicles of Darkness if you want to double check them. All right, Ms. Void, this chaos is all happening directly around you. What do you do?
Continue going, like, oh my gosh, this is such chaos. I'm going to try and get over to where they are. Just try to get closer, keep an eye on things, and see if there's anything that I can do in the meantime. I'm just really feeling like like she just wants to let them duke it out.
Okay, so you rush over to the alleyway. So moving over to between some of the buildings.
Just keep people from really seeing what's going on. Maybe more like crowd control.
All right, sounds good. So kind of keep a lookout. Now it is about what, 10, 11 o'clock at night at this point. And so looking around the area, there are still people who are kind of nearby. And this is right next to a bunch of condominiums in False Creek along First Avenue. So this is happening basically in an alley between condos. Okay, and yes, Christa, at the end of the scene, I will award you a point of willpower for ambitious. Because this definitely hurt you for ambitious. Okay, all right, Mr. Cinder. Looking over, you can see that Mr. Dredge has rushed over to an alley, and you can see that he's struggling with something from the edge of the alley. Looks like he has probably lassoed something.
Well, then I'm going to have to level the gun and run over there as well.
Okay. All right, running over to the alley, you can see that Mr. Dredge has grappled Miss Maccabee with his tethers.
Oh, perfect. Let's clip those wings. And I will aim the gun towards. I suggest you come back, or do you want to be parts of you coming back?
Okay, are you holding an action to fire if her reply is not helpful?
if it's anything other than landing, then yeah, it's going to be taking a shot at trying to clip one of the wings.
All right, sounds good. Then that will be a held action there. Ms. Maccabee, it is your turn. What do you do?
Drop the orb.
Okay. The orb starts falling to the ground, glowing with nuclear fire. It is going to fall right now. Mr. Cinder, she has not landed, which means, would you fire?
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's
Okay.
what I was expecting, and
All
that
right,
didn't
so
happen, so.
that's going to be presence plus firearms plus primum, and then Ms. Void, you are going to see this glass orb of nuclear fire start to fall in front of you. You have not acted. Would you like to try to catch it before it hits the ground?
No.
Yeah, either. What?
She's real confident in her abilities to be a warlord in a nuclear wasteland, so she's good, actually.
No, Miss Void, Miss Void.
Oh, sorry, Miss Void. Sorry, apologies.
That's okay.
Yeah, either.
We
I love
have
your
us know our own
confidence.
names. Have you figured it out?
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Either try and catch it, or can I use an EMP and will that short it out? Or this is.
It's you see a glowing ball falling toward the ground that was in an attaché case. 3, 2, 1.
Dive and try and catch it.
Okay, I want you to make me a dexterity and athletics roll.
Okay. Do I have any?
But first, let's get Mr. Cinder's attack roll. What'd you get on that roll?
I got
1. Okay, so Miss Maccabee, you're going to take a point of aggravated damage as a bolt of liquid hot plasma is going to slam into you, burning away. And Ms. Void, would you like to spend a point of
willpower.
Yes, I would like to spend willpower.
Okay, you may roll 3 additional dice.
Okay, thank you.
I like how eager you are to have the apocalypse happen.
Yeah. Oh, thank God, there's 1 success.
Join
Oh,
me.
do 9s roll again?
No, they do not.
No. Okay, I
Not
got 1
unless you have
success.
something to...
No.
Okay.
I got 1. Got 1.
Oh, so Miss Void,
One.
you are going to see this ball fall, and the nerdiest among you is going to do a dive slide through the muck of back alley Vancouver, catching the ball as it lands. And as you do, you are going to look inside of it, and you are going to see an entire world end inside of its sphere. Okay. Ms. Maccabee, you have dropped the ball, quite literally, and have been shot. You, so that is a reflexive action to drop that. Do you have another action you'd like to take? I guess you have to struggle against the tether. So, can I please get a contested strength plus brawl versus Miss?
I have a question.
Yeah.
If your cover body dies,
Yes.
what happens?
You die.
Okay, so it is like a full death.
It's a full death. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Sure, I'll just struggle, I guess.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and give me a contested strength plus brawl roll. So Mr. Dredge,
Okay.
and it goes on the higher of your 2 initiatives. So,
Willpower.
okay.
One, 2, 3.
3 successes. Okay.
Yep.
I have 3 as well.
Oh God. Okay.
Classic.
The winner. Okay. So, your wings are struggling against this, so you are pulling at the edge of his tether. He is bracing and pulling as hard as he can. James, you added the additional strength that you have for your double arms?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get plus
All right,
3
cool.
strength for something like this.
Okay, so you are pulling, and the cords are stretched tight, and you're still holding solid. Ms. Void, you have caught the ball.
Yep.
So Mr. Dredge, you are still locked in this. You can say something on your turn, Mr. Dredge, but you're pretty much still grappling.
Okay. Can I? Is there any way I can like disable the wings?
No, because you're stuck in a grapple right now.
Okay. In which case, well, she gave me what I wanted. I'm actually going to cut the tether,
Okay.
and I'll just
Okay. You have untethered. Now, does untethering, that's just letting go.
yeah. It's like it can be like a cohesion beam or whatever. So I think it's just something I can just flick off. But like,
Well, unless,
It's
Ms. Maccabee,
however
do
you
you
want it.
wish to maintain the grapple?
No.
Okay. So in that case, you can just have them retract or turn off. and that will be the end of that. So you did spend your action grappling, so that did eat up your action, but you have you can still do like a reflexive or talk.
I'll probably glance at Miss Void and be like, come back over here, and I'm going, just in case she tries to run, I'm going to prepare an action. Well, I guess I can't really prepare an action now, can I?
Yeah, you can. So you're just like, oh, just run or get back over here. All right.
Yeah,
so
I was
Miss
going to
Void.
grapple her if I needed to.
So you're just gonna you're bracing yourself to have to do it emotionally.
Yeah.
All right. So Ms. Void, what do you do?
Where is the attaché case for this?
The attaché case is like back on the curb, like 20 meters behind you.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Can I run to it and put the ball of death back in there? This
Yes, you can do a double move on your turn if that's all you do. You can run back and just gently go.
Yep. Yep, that's all I want to do. Run, grab it, shove it back in the case, and slam it shut.
Mr. Cinder, then it is your turn. What do you do?
I will likewise move towards the case, holding the gun.
All right. Anything else you're doing on your turn?
No, but I am going to make sure that the contents of the case are returned to it.
Okay, you are going to see Ms. Void just kind of go, click, click.
Oh, thank goodness, somebody who has some sense of semblance.
The hell, I helped.
Yes,
right.
Good job.
So up in the top of the alley, Miss Maccabee, you have been let go. What do you do?
Fucking off.
All right, you're fucking off?
Yep.
All right. Then we will check back with you in just a minute. As you are fucking off. Just drop a semi on them. Just do it.
Just drop a semi on him? Is that what you said?
Just drop a semi on them. Just it's a great way to deter things.
Oh, no, I'm going to drop a pin on them for somebody.
Oh, no. Okay. So with that, I'm going to assume that we're out of combat rounds for now. So the rest of you all reassemble there at Mr. Cinder's destroyed car. You can hear sirens and ambulances in the distance headed your direction.
Let's get the hell out of here.
This is unfortunate, and I will immediately look around for my license plates.
They are... I'm going to say that you're wearing like part of one on your pants. So
I'm gonna scramble back into my car.
Yeah, back into your truck. No worries.
Yeah. And I'll spend the Aether to reform.
Okay, spend the Aether back to reform. All right. So hopping into your car or your truck, Ms. Void, what are you doing?
Getting back in the truck because this has to go where it's supposed to go. That's what we were hired for.
All right. Sounds good. And
I will join them promptly.
Okay, so squishing into the front of the truck cab, you will drive off just as you see the police arriving for the shootout at the at Soul Foods, and will drive off in to the Vancouver night. Are you just headed straight to the tailor shop?
I'm gonna loop around to the police and the first responders.
Okay.
Drop her wings, and she looks real fucked up. She's taking a point of aggravated damage, and she's gonna stumble into all of them and say, I got a license plate. And I'll give them Dredge's license plate.
Because you have eidetic memory, of course.
Oh, you.
Oh my god, this is great.
Dissension in the ranks.
Can you please do me a big favor? Spend a point of Aether to retract your wings, and then make me a manipulation plus subterfuge roll. I would say at a -3, but you're in Vancouver, you've been injured, and unfortunately, you are a pretty white lady. So those are all things that in the World of Darkness, the Chronicles of Darkness universe, roll flat.
2, 4, 7.
Do you have striking looks?
No.
It's a
I have
merit if you
addictive
have it.
presence.
Okay, that is something that applies over time. So
I also, I have Don't I Know You, which automatically puts you at like one rank higher in social situations, but I don't know if that actually helps in this situation.
you can activate that if you want.
Yes, I just wanted to figure out exactly. It's an embed.
An embed, yep. So what's the roll for that?
I'm just looking that up right now.
Probably like manipulation and primum or something.
Manipulation, subterfuge minus resolve, minus their resolve.
Okay, resolve 2.
Yes. And yeah, so sorry, if I'm using a social action, I'll add 3 dice to my attempt. So if I succeed on this, so minus 2 of what have I done? Broken everything. Sorry.
Okay.
Manipulation, subterfuge. That's what I was already rolling, so I'll just minus 2 from that. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a +3 on your social roll.
Awesome.
So manipulation plus subterfuge +3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
An exceptional success, you say?
Finally.
Okay.
This is the first one I've gotten in this whole thing.
The police are going to quickly surround you, cover you with a blanket, and ask for more information. Like, are you okay? What's going on? License plate, they're one of the ones at the shootout. Are you okay, miss?
I don't know. They had some kind of fire weapon. You have to be careful. They're really dangerous.
Okay, I just need you to take a breath, okay? Don't worry. All units, can I get an APB out on British Columbia license plate? And they will radio that in. As you are... gain a beat, Christa? Because playing an antagonist is always hard. Take a beat. And gain that willpower point for ambitious. Does anybody else have a virtue or vice that they feel... that they screwed other people over or hurt themselves to fulfill? What'd you get, Mr. Dredge?
I've got hateful. She tried to betray us. I acted on impulse.
I'll allow it. I'll give you a point of willpower for that. Anybody have a virtue or a vice?
No? I'm methodical and zealous, so I don't think that fits.
I had arrogant because, hey, you can't shoot me with that gun.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead and start an apocalypse. What's it gonna do?
You take a point of willpower for almost starting an apocalypse with willpower or with arrogance. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Okay. Looking at this, James, I'm going to tell you right off the bat. Your pickup truck is size 15. Okay. It is a -2 modifier for handling speed, or for handling rolls.
Yeah, I don't think we have any drive.
You don't?
No.
Remember that you can spoof abilities.
Sorry? Oh, yeah.
You don't have... Unless you already spoofed.
I did use it, like...
Oh, no!
I had imposter investigation from previous game, but I don't know when that phases off.
So it means your next spoof roll is at a -1, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll spoof some drive. Why not? That sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Do you need me to drive?
So as you are driving down the road, you're kind of making your way. Where are you headed? Where are the lot of you going?
Oh, I'm going to the bus station.
Yeah.
You're going to the bus station. Okay.
Yep. The because I have a bolt hole.
Okay. So you start driving down the road, trying to make your way toward the bus station. Are you guys talking about anything as you're driving, or are you just serious and just silent?
What the hell was that all about? What the? Did she just seriously try to start the end of the world? I mean, what the hell? He's probably just going to dissolve into cussing.
Grover's going to look down and see a shoelace that's untied and go, of course it would be untied at a moment like this, and then lean over to start tying it up, and then when sitting back up is suddenly Haley.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
What about you, Miss
like
Wood?
This.
I'm going to make some phone calls.
Okay. Pulling out your phone, who do you call?
Well, there's this lovely little tailor shop that's not that far away. If only I remember what the phone number there was. Oh yeah, he did happen to give me his card.
And you have eidetic memory.
And I will start plunking the phone numbers in.
The phone will ring thrice, and on the third ring, it will pick up, and you'll hear Comstock Tailoring.
Well, if it isn't the most handsome tailor in, well, I would say the entire known universe, but there's probably unknown ones as well.
Ah, Mr. Cinder.
It's lovely speaking to you again.
It's wonderful to speak to you as well.
Unfortunately, I can only say 3 of us are present with the item you were hoping to get. Turns that one of us has decided to flitter away.
Oh, that happens from time to time.
It's unfortunate.
You have the item.
Yes, right with us.
Good. Please deliver it to the tailor shop at the next available moment. It must be processed safely.
We are on our way. We might be a little delayed, but
it's a fragile package. Please drive safe.
We will see you soon. And then hang up.
All right, so as you are driving that way, you've just heard Mr. Cinder say that he's going to deliver the item.
Yes.
Are you sure that's a good idea? I mean, like, Maccabee knows where you're going. Then she's going to be waiting for us.
Hopefully.
Okay. Fine.
I
Let's get
imagine
the
the
hell.
tailor is better equipped to handle this than we are.
Yeah. Let's go do it. And I will turn towards the tailor shop.
All right.
And we did make a commitment.
Yeah.
All right. You will start heading down the street, and as you do, there is suddenly going to be a little pulse in your rear view mirror as lights illuminate your back window. Whoop, whoop. Police.
Shit. What are we doing, guys?
All right, so whoop
Can
whoop.
I hack their car?
Can you hack the car?
Yeah. They have computers in the cars. They have
I
terminals.
think that. Do you have a supernatural capacity for this, or is this just using like your computer?
Well, I could. Well, I was thinking it's not a supernatural ability. I have the 3 dots in hacking, or I could just EMP it.
EMP would be the safer way to do it.
Let's do that.
I think it would take at least a couple minutes to probably hack into a police car.
Let's EMP it. More fun.
Okay, so how do we EMP?
I don't know. I have it in a note. Let's see.
All right, so is it an ability? Is it a?
It is part of my demonic form.
Okay, part of your demonic form.
Yeah.
So once again, we head back to our favorite roll. Make me a wits and manipulation roll for your compromise at a plus 6, I believe, for you.
Yeah. Okay, so how many dice is that? Is that all my dice?
A lot. It's
a lot of
probably more
dice.
than all your dice.
It probably is more than all my dice. Okay, I need what? Wits is 3. What else? Wits.
Manipulation.
Wits, manipulation. And 6.
Plus 6. Hang on, I need more dice. I need all the dice. Okay.
Okay. Difficulty
Okay.
8.
That's 8 dice. Oh, that sounds so nice.
Right?
And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's a 10. Get to reroll that.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to count the other ones. Nope, just 5.
Okay, just an exceptional success. Okay, cool,
Just
cool, cool.
5.
Cool. So gain a willpower point for your compromise roll. And a cover beat, which is different than a normal beat. So this is somehow going to encourage your cover. And that is going to be whole city blocks. Roll intelligence plus primum, please.
Okay. Intelligence and primum. My intelligence is 3. What is my primum? What is primum?
Primum is your power stat on the right-hand side.
Yep.
Should be like 1 or 2 probably.
Yeah, it's 2. So
You have to spend a point of Aether and roll intelligence plus primum, and for every success, it affects 5 feet of
5-foot radius.
One. You know what? I'll say it after you do it.
2 successes.
2 successes. All right. So the other car comes up on your tail, and you activate EMP pulse. Are you doing this from inside of the cab of the truck?
I'm going to lean out.
What, 12 to 30 feet out? You're gonna fry our own vehicle, not the other one.
Tuck and roll, I guess.
How old's this truck? Does it have a computer?
Yeah.
Do you have
that's a good point.
on you?
Yeah, it could be
You're
gasoline, it
about
could be
to
diesel.
kill
I don't know.
that.
All electronic devices within 5 feet. So a brand
so you're
new
about to kill my
cruiser.
computer or my phone.
That would be my phone too.
You would nuke your electronic devices, yeah.
Tuck and roll?
Are you
Pick
going to
me
jump
up
out of the
on-
car?
Sure. Why not?
She's a landmine.
Okay, then let's do that then.
I've already successfully caught, a nuclear holocaust in my hand. I feel pretty empowered.
Did you
Okay,
leave
so-
the case?
Oh yeah, I'm not
like that you
holding on to
think-
it.
I
Jeez.
like that you think about this.
Yes.
And,
Know your powers. Gee.
Okay. So what am I rolling for that?
Make me an athletics and stamina roll.
Okay. Ooh. 2.
Okay, so you're only how many kilometers per hour are you going at this point? You're going the speed limit? James?
Probably heal fast. I don't know.
Are you going the speed limit?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm just trying to keep up with. I'm not trying to like push through the flow of traffic or anything like that.
Okay, so speed limit through most of Vancouver is, we'll say 50 kilometers per hour,
Yeah.
so 30 miles per hour. So you're going to take 1 point of bashing damage as you tuck and roll.
Sure. That's fine.
So that could have been way worse, but thankfully Vancouver speeds are freaking slow.
Yeah.
So you hit the water slick ground, bump a couple times, and at that point the cops are going to see you, are going to step on their brakes as you release that EMP pulse. Now they're going to try to swerve to avoid you. Let's see if they can. So a police car is going to be it's going to be a -2 modifier for its handling, because it's not a sports car, but it's not a family. It's a compact. It's a family. It's
Does it have power steering?
It does, which I'm actually going to say is now a -4. Police officer, we'll say, has Dex 3 and has Drive 2, which means they now have 2 dice to not hit you. That's one success. That's one success, which was a 10. So they're going to slam on the brakes, and nearly, you are going to hear a crunch as your laptop bag goes underneath one of their tires. And they're going to pull up next to you, and their car is going to careen into the intersection and slam into another car was hit by your EMP blast. And
Just tell me it's a Tesla.
It is definitely a Tesla. And the Tesla then runs over like 4 old ladies and catches fire.
Yeah,
because it's a Tesla. Right. And it succeeded its role. So it they slam into a Tesla, which of course malfunctions at that point. At that, is there anything you're doing real quick? So you've tucked and rolled, your legs are completely shredded.
I'm gonna stagger back up and try and make it back to the truck.
Okay.
I'm not stopping.
Okay.
Well, then...
So you start running back to the truck. You're going to hear, freeze! Van PD, on the ground now!
Can I hit the wings?
So you have to spend a point of Aether to deactivate your EMP.
Yeah.
And then you can turn your wings on, yes.
Okay. So I'll just take off another Aether. Okay.
In front of people.
In front of people.
Yeah, well.
So I'm gonna say that this is gonna be
For the greater good.
Now I have to ask Kelle, are you going loud? So going loud would kill your cover?
Yeah.
Like.
So as described, a demon can
get out of this. No, you know what? I'm gonna back that up. I think I would. Let's let her get taken, because she can always, scrub the record later.
All right.
Like, big deal. She's probably she's got a record, I'm sure. So who gives a crap?
Okay, so you hear a gun being drawn, and you hear the click, and get on the ground now!
Fine.
Hands in the air! Fingers
up.
intertwined behind your back, now!
Drop to the knees. It's like, I'm unarmed.
Kiss the curb, scumbag.
She would say something like "make me," but I mean, this is VPD.
You wanna? I feel this sense of like narcissistic power flooding through me. I don't know. I just.
Yeah, she'll get down. She'll obey commands. It's like, we're not gonna get resisting arrest added on here.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, so they are going to cuff you. And he's going to reach into his pocket, pull out his radio, and go, APB, need backup. We've had a click, 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 click. What the fuck?
Who you gonna call?
Then the next thing you're going to see is a nightstick to the side of your head.
Worth it. Worth it.
Wow. Take a beat for getting beaten by the cops.
This is just adding to her street cred.
All right. The rest of
Can Mr. Cinder have the forethought to be like recording this from the truck?
No, you're driving off. You definitely could have gotten that sick tuck and roll.
Mm.
All right. So with that, you are going to continue to drive away. What we're going to do is I want you to make me a Dex and Drive roll, Mr. Dredge.
Okay.
Now, were you going to try to spoof drive?
I was going to try to spoof drive.
Okay, so
I
your
got a
dice
negative
pool...
1 to it.
Oh, pardon me. It's not spoof. It's legend that you're doing. So you spend an Aether,
Okay.
and you are trying to gain what? Just points of drive?
Just points of drive, yeah.
How many points of drive?
Let's go with 3.
Okay. So you are going to do me a favor, and you are going to... you are going to roll your cover at a -3.
Okay. Can I spend a willpower on this?
It does not say you can't.
Cool. Then I shall do so. There's one.
Also, remember, you can also spoof merits. You can spoof friends, or legend friends. Wouldn't that
I've
be
got
handy?
3.
Okay, so 3 successes. That's, you only needed 1. So you're going to have drive 3 until the end of the scene. And
Cool.
then you are going to pick up the imposter condition.
All right, I already have that. But
Yep,
wait,
you're going to
something
have it for
else
this
different?
as well.
Okay.
Which, the imposter condition means that I believe you cannot spoof drive again. And
Okay.
you are at a -1 to spoof other things as well.
Okay.
But you got 3 successes, so...
Yeah, that was pretty good. All right, so now you said Dex and Drive?
Yeah, make me a Dex and Drive roll. Alternatively, if you want to do manipulation and drive, you could do that, but probably not. Or wits and drive. Dex or wits and drive, I think, are both fine.
Yeah, I'll take Wits. That gives me 1 extra dice, which doesn't help me. So I got 2.
2 successes. All right, let's do some rolls to see if the cops can find you, because you're actually not that far away from the tailor shop.
Hopefully, a
Dex.
work truck is kind of innocuous.
Well, a pickup in downtown Vancouver sticks out a tiny bit.
I'm imagining it was one of those pickups with the actual, because it's actually like my work
Yeah.
truck, so it's actually got
Okay,
the box
so...
on the back.
Yeah, it's a busy city. Okay. You are going to make it to the tailor shop unmolested. Against all odds, you are going to drive safely and carefully and make it out to the front of the tailor shop.
All right. I can't believe that. Do you know why the hell she jumped out of the truck?
A distraction?
Okay, well.
I question a lot of our motivations, honestly.
Well, you and me got this, right? I'm gonna peer out my window, trying to see if I can spot any Maccabees in orbit overhead or anything like that.
That sounds good. Ms. Maccabee, what are you doing in the meanwhile? Are you headed that direction?
So, did I get stuck with the did they let me leave?
They would have let you
'Cause she's
leave after a
injured.
fashion. They
Sorry?
would have sent you away in an ambulance, probably.
Okay. Did my phone survive everything?
Yes.
Okay. So I have 2 points in cult.
I love where this. She's just watching the shit-eating grin on my face this entire game. I'm like, I don't even have to look at my notes for the night. I didn't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? If we're gonna
It
throw a
doesn't
wrench,
matter.
at least it'll be entertaining. Okay, so I haven't defined what my cult is exactly. So you're welcome to sort of interpret this or say no
Okay.
to any of this.
Okay.
So at 2 points, they usually get a merit.
Yes.
So there's 2 ways I can go. One is they are a very because she kind of they kind of present very biblically, it could be very, very occult. Or it could lean more into the techno noir kind of lean, and a lot of them are hackers and tech people. So
Okay, so technocultists. You want to
Yeah.
kind of hybridize that? Okay.
so it could be I'm good leaning kind of either way, whatever you kind of feel is. I have sort of ideas for either one.
Totally. I think you pick your favorite.
Okay.
What's the merit you want to give them?
I guess that's the question. I unfortunately don't know a ton of the merits.
Hobbyist clique is probably my favorite. It gives them one skill that they have 9 again on.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. And say that they have that on
Streetwise, a cult.
computers.
Computers, okay.
If that works.
That sounds great.
Essentially what I want to do is I want to send them information to take over any like billboards, like the digital billboards, and paste their faces.
Okay.
And enough information that the angel can find them. And that he will pick up that these are the guys that have my thing. And say, you know, found in this area around the tailor shop. Like, watch out, armed and dangerous.
Ice cold.
Okay, so digital billboards.
Calling an angel down on us?
So there's not that many digital billboards near them, but there are digital billboards everywhere along the route that the angel was taking to go find this.
Yeah,
so
or any kind of like easily hackable, like so many TV shops will have TVs in the corner that are like Bluetooth run, or they're run through like a Fire Stick or something, like things that are easy to break into.
Yeah, Google Chromes and or not Chrome, Chromecast.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, just break in like, you know, wherever these people are, like everywhere in their area to get Wi-Fi signals too. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's do it. Thank you, Christa. Okay.
New villain of the Chronicle.
Oh God, maybe. Who knows? All right, Mr. Dredge and Mr. Cinder, you have reached the end of the quest. You have made it there. Scanning the skies, Mr. Dredge, you can see no one in the rain-dark skies of East Side Vancouver, flying among the old stone of the buildings.
All right, I think we're clear. Let's make a break for it and just get this done.
You take the case, I take the gun.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I will.
The tailor shop's the light is on, but the open sign has been flipped to closed. As you approach the front door, it will open if you try it.
Yep, I'm gonna hurry right in.
Yep.
Okay.
Close behind.
All right. Heading into the back room, you are going to hear a voice call. Is that you, gentlemen?
Yeah, it's us. We got your trinket.
Beautiful. Ah, I see you found the weapon that Mr. Hour lost.
I will set the case on the table.
Perfect. This could cause a lot of harm in the wrong hands. I appreciate you dropping it off. As promised, each of you has won my favor. Anything you need in the future. And, where is Miss Void?
She kind of bailed on our truck to take care of the police.
So she is still loyal to the mission.
Yes.
Please, if I don't see her before you do, pass along that she too is in my good books.
Can do.
As for that, he gestures to the gun. Spoils of war, I suppose. Enjoy it. Is there anything I could provide for you right now?
I would prefer it to get out of the hands of those with nefarious purposes. I'm hang on to it for now because I'm not too worried about it hurting me, but I don't want to see it hurting others.
Of course. Oh, you're welcome to hang on to it. I would take it off your hands for you, if you'd like. I'm sure I could find another favor or trinket to replace it with, but... In the meanwhile, if you do wish to hang on to it.
you probably figured that we have a bit of a problem.
Yes.
Any
Did you-
recommendations on how we take care of that?
A bit of betrayal, was it?
I'm hoping not, but considering how Miss Void had to take care of the police, I'm going to say probably.
Do you think that she has turned code back to it?
Maccabee?
Yes.
Hard to say with that
Returned.
one.
She did open the case.
Did you see what was inside?
I believe she did. Perhaps that's what inspired her to want to turn back. I have no idea what it could possibly contain that would do that to, well, someone of Miss Maccabee's caliber.
Something incredibly dangerous. Which I wish to return to a safer location. I appreciate all you've done. It's cold comfort, but the world is better for it. Is there anything else I can provide for you gentlemen tonight? Cup of tea? You already have your outfit, Ms. Cinder.
I would love a cup of tea, honestly, at this point. My nerves are mostly shot.
Of course.
Listen, the cops are probably coming after. They're going to be sniffing around until they find my truck pretty soon.
A vehicle? I have a spare sedan in the back. You're welcome to use it. He puts
That's not
on
going
the
to help
kettle.
them. They're still going to connect this whole thing to my life.
I do have a script. A scrib I could provide you. He opens a filing cabinet, rifles through it. This, would count as our favor. But you could enact this. He hands you a manila envelope with one of those red tie laces on it.
What does it do?
It's a soul contract.
Oh, you're saying sidestep
Yeah.
into a new form.
Yes. A complete new cover.
Now, I only have Premium 1. I think I'm at my limit.
Fair. So unless you spent your XP to buy that up at the end of the session.
How much XP is it?
Buying
I've
up a
got-
second dot of Primum is, I think it's Primum is 5 experiences.
Okay, if you're okay with me going into debt.
If he's providing
What?
you with one, yeah, maybe. Or you could just wait to burn it until you need it. You don't have to activate the soul contract. You just keep it on your hand until you need it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll just but yeah, I'll accept that.
Okay. Quick question. You can either take what I have on my screen right now, or you can pick a number between 1 and 10.
I will take whatever's on your screen right now.
All right. Looking at it, it is a handwritten contract signed in blood by William S. Izzo. I-Z-Z-O. And as you are looking at it, William Izzo. William Sebastian Izzo. age 51, born April 6th, 1972, an Aries. Works at Wise Appraisals, a hydraulic and pneumatic technician. 5'7", 195 pounds, blood type O positive. Favorite colors green, drives a 1996 Lincoln Continental. Wife, 2 children, one of which speaks to him.
All right. Yeah, this'll work.
Runs a side hustle as a financial consultant at perkysavings.com.
Perky savings. Okay.
Mr. Cinder, what are you doing there, Miss Maccabee?
Saying, what's that going to cost?
What's that going to cost?
For a soul contract? Just giving it? Oh, I guess that's his favor.
That's the favor. That's his exchange.
That's a
He's
big
giving him a full
favor.
cover as a thank you for this.
That's what I need too, right? Like I only have the one cover.
Yep. Mr. Cinder, anything that I could provide you in the short term?
A cup of tea is more than enough for me right now.
Right here. And
You
he'll
can-
pour the water into... And he's got like a beautiful tea set, of course he would. Porcelain, years of that built-in tea taste in the porcelain. It's like a generational, like World War II tea set. Puts in his nice Earl Grey, hot. Sets it out to steep for its required 3.5 minutes.
Hey,
You ting
at
the
100.
spoon on the side and it reverberates for like a minute afterwards.
Exactly.
hey, Cinder. I got an idea. Can I borrow you for a second?
Of course.
So I think I'm gonna try to like get out of here, but the cops are gonna be looking for me anyway. For at least for Simon here. I'm thinking I'm gonna frame it up like I got like forced to do this whole thing. You mind smacking me in the face a few times? You know, make me look the part.
Here, Cinder will kind of look at himself as Haley, and kind of like, big scar running down the side of her face. And do you want it realistic? Do you want it to seem like somebody really roughed you up?
Yeah, sure. Like
Haley
nothing
will-
permanent, mind, but
Haley will immediately whip off her belt and smash him across the face with the buckle end,
All right.
like full whip style.
Okay. What's your brawl rating?
I have 1 point in. That's like my one weird skill where
Okay.
it doesn't.
So I'll say
really
that
apply,
if
so
you want to do more than 1 point
brawl.
of damage, you're going to have to roll, but I'll let you inflict 1 point of bashing damage. You have enough skill to inflict 1 point, but not enough skill to inflict more than that without rolling.
Yeah, it's more the shock and awe of having.
All right, so you're just going to crank him in the nose with that? Okay.
Smoke you in the face with a belt
God,
buckle.
who whips a belt? Jesus.
Well, no, he probably wrapped it around his fist.
No, it was like full on whip style, just like.
Oh God. Okay, in that
belt
case,
buckle at full length.
no, in that case, I want a strength and weaponry roll then. The belt buckle will add +1 to the damage on whatever you roll. I'm depriving Mr. Dredge his defense for this because he asked for it.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I like he would stand there and take it. Like that's the entire
Yeah.
idea.
Because it's like I have a Krav Maga or Maga martial arts style, so it's just kind of
Krav Maga is quick draw McGraw's martial art.
yeah.
I was gonna say it's Tim.
God.
Tim McGraw and Faith Hill
Oh,
created
we're
a
talking
martial
quick
art.
draw McGraw. Don't forget the El Kabong.
Yeah.
No,
Come
I got
on, we're
nothing.
about to find it. You got nothing?
No.
Okay. So, like no successes at all?
No, I'm only rolling 2 dice.
Okay, do you want to on dex and weaponry?
Yeah, because
Okay.
all my points are in manipulation. I got like
Okay.
no strength.
Would you like to turn that into a dramatic failure for a beat?
No.
Okay. Fine.
I'm just imagining
Okay.
he just just kind of ineffectually whips me in the ear. I'm like, ow!
Well,
What's
that's
that
basically
for?
with 0 successes. He's gonna kind of flick you in the side of the nose. A little dribble of blood's gonna come down. He's gonna whips it across your nose. If you gentlemen are quite finished, the tea's ready.
I neuter cats. Do I look like someone who roughs other people up?
You're like the fucking Terminator walking up the back of me. I mean,
You're
where are
not-
those
not
piston
waving a
arms?
gun in my face. It's more of a.
Are you all bark, no bite? Come on, man.
Cat doctor. It's more of a meow.
Show me your claws.
Well, gentlemen,
Haley
You
starts
continue-
leaping the belt baxter.
you can continue roughing each other up if you'd like. Your tea is on the table.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
going. Please lock up on your way out. I'm going to go file this away somewhere safe.
Thank you again.
Of course. Thank you. With that, he will grab the attaché and we'll head out the back door. A moment later, you'll hear his dark sedan turn on and we'll head out onto the road.
Good lord.
The tea is,
is there
fragrant.
Is there
Sorry,
2
go ahead.
cups of tea or just 1?
There are 2 cups of tea.
I think
There's a
we'll
little
pick up
saucer
one
of
and-
milk. A little saucer of milk, some very lovely sugar cubes.
I'm just gonna take mine dark and just kick it back.
Sounds good. It's very, very hot, very pleasant.
All right. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go smash my head into a wall because someone apparently can't do this shit for me.
You're welcome.
And as you take a walk, as you like head into the hallway, you're going to see that there are red and blue lights outside.
Of course there are.
Of course.
I will find a doorway and just be like, give myself a couple
sure.
of.
Give yourself a couple of bashing. That sounds good.
Cool. I have a couple of bashing, and then I'm just going to like, probably like go and like peek out the door.
Looks like 2 police cars have pulled up, and one of them is checking the inside of your car. 4 uniformed officers total. 1 is staying in a car on the radio.
I am going to quietly go out the door and then just kind of like crumple just in front of the door of the Tailor shop.
That's one of the suspects. Freeze! Hands on your head!
Hey, I don't shoot. Oh God.
Hands on your head.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Geraldo, can you call this in? We got one of them. Is there anybody else inside of that building?
They ran off after they. Listen, they held me at gunpoint, man. Oh, God.
And as he grabs you, he's gonna kind of force your face down into the sidewalk and start cuffing you. And as he does, you're gonna hear the sound of someone exclaiming rather loudly, "Wait, what?" And then the sound of snapping bone and a horrible crunch that sounds like a vertebrae being shoved 3 inches down into someone's shoulder.
Oh, fuck.
And then someone else is going to fire a gun. You're going to hear paf, paf, and then the sound of ricocheting, like off a pipe.
Okay.
and then the sound of spraying blood. Someone else is going to fire, and over your shoulder, as you're pinned down, you are going to see, Mr. Cinder, you're in the back room of this tailor shop still.
I'm looking to see if there's any back doors or windows or anything. Okay.
There is a back door out to an alley. That's how the tailor left. As you were headed out there, you're going to see the front window is going to implode. The security gate inside of the window is going to be the only thing that prevents this police officer from flying all the way through. He's going to hit the glass, shatter it, bounce off the internal security gate, and go head first into the pavement. There is going to be a couple of brief snaps over your shoulder, Mr. Dredge, and the cop on top of you is going to fall to the ground, blood oozing out of the side of his mouth.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! This cow to a little ball.
All right. There is going to be a quick motion over you, and strong hands are going to grab you by the back and roll you onto your cuffed hands. An Asian man in thick, dark glasses with a white cane, where you can, looking at it even briefly, you're going to see bits where the white has been scraped off by like a sudden impact of something. Perhaps those bullets a moment ago. He's going to look down at you. Greetings. Where is the apocalypse orb?
You mean the glowy thing? The guy inside there
Yes.
took it, and I glanced towards the tailor shop.
Show me. And he's going to reach down and pick you up by the cuffs. Mr. Cinder, what are you doing?
I am, upon hearing the first noise of things like breaking and shattering and etc., going out the back door.
Okay. All right, are you hiding out the back door? Or are you just
No, I'm running.
booking it?
I'm just straight up running.
You're just running? Okay, Mr. Dredge, he takes you into the tailor shop, and as he's looking around, he kind of is doing so more with his ears than his eyes. Like, just tilting his head. There's no one here. Where is this tailor?
He left out the back. I don't know where he went from there.
You had better find out.
Fuck. Inwardly.
He turns, grabs you by the chin, before he bathes this world in fire. And I think that's where we're going to call this game for tonight. Woo!
Oh man, he was better informed than I hoped.
Everybody's taking one for the team.
You guys were great there. I love it.
Yeah, that was good.
Was that a good stinger? Would you like that ending? Should I do a longer
that's
one?
No,
I like
that's
it. I like it.
No, that's good.
Cool, because then he can explain what the hell he means at the beginning of next game.
Yeah.
So, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for this quick little romp that went completely differently than I planned it.
Sorry.
That's
No
fine.
plan survives the
Are you
player.
still having fun watching the chaos, Krista?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
No.
I don't need to be a part
Because
of
you were
it.
like
I hope you
puppeteering
did,
all
like,
the.
Go Team
have-
Demon!
I
With
have-
a team like us, who needs enemies?
Yeah.
You, by the way,
we're our own worst
if-
enemies.
If you had dropped that and Miss Void had not gotten one success, that would have ended the world. Like
Yeah,
it
for
literally
sure.
would have.
Eh,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Like that.
Well-
The I would have ended it. This just wouldn't be the
Chronic
world that the
hellscape.
rest of the games are set in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There would
Because
be
there are
some
plenty
kind
of shard
alternate-
realities. Oh,
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Demon has tons of shard realities, because what happens is the God Machine goes, "Huh? I wonder what it'd be like if we ran this simulation," and creates a
Yep.
splinter timeline that he runs
Yep.
stuff on. So there's always a way out of it. But no, the game would have ended early tonight if you had done that. That's why I was like, "Do you want to
Good
spend
night,
your willpower, Kelle?" All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for everybody for playing. I'm gonna give you 5 beats tonight, everybody.
Ooh, one whole XP.
And I'm gonna go down to your
my
list.
gosh.
So get
Wait a
away
minute.
with the
If Kelle didn't make her roll, that would have made season 2 for werewolf really difficult.
No, they were just alternate werewolves. It was an alternate
Or-
reality.
Or how amazing would it be to have post-apocalyptic werewolf?
Oh,
Yeah, it'd be
Ooh,
werewolf
would be
the
pretty cool.
post-apocalypse.
This is true.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
Then you can have a
so
whole investigation arc, like what the hell happened?
Yeah.
And then
in the
find
grim
us
dark
and be
future,
like,
there is only radioactive wolves.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
All out.
All right. All right, let's go through the lists of aspirations. So get away with the items. That is a no for you, Ms. Maccabee. Survive Grover. That is a yes.
I did.
So one more beat for you. Get a government
no one
official.
does
No.
that.
Fortify defenses against the God Machine. For Ms. Void.
No,
I'm
not
gonna,
really. I don't
gonna-
think.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, you did get a nuke out of it, so I'm going to give you a yes for that. I'm going to give you a beat toward that
okay.
goal.
Alrighty, thank you.
Okay. Grover, you discovered what's in the box. And you did not acquire a new car. Okay, and then
I kind of kept Linus a potential new home though, so maybe like 10% on that.
10% on one. We'll round
Yeah.
down for now.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm going to give one to Dredge for acquire the stuff because you acquired the stuff.
Hey.
And you know, so that is going to be good for you. So that's going to be everybody walked out of this game with 6 beats, which is 1
no,
experience plus some.
It's very, very bad for Dredge.
Oh, no. You mean for William Izzo? William Izzo's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
All
William
right.
is my new best friend.
William is your new best friend. You know who my best friend is? That is everybody watching this on Patreon right now. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting. I think we've probably got 1 or 2 episodes left, depending on how much more betrayal happens in this game.
Just
Double
mild
heart,
betrayal.
double heart
I
power.
can't do this one. The one that's like
It's a down.
that. There it is. I can't do that one.
Just do.
Or
just
maybe
do
it's that.
this.
Is it that? I can do that
way-
easier.
Oh,
Just do it with 2 hands.
I thought it was the middle ones
so,
that you bent.
A
Anyway.
big thank you
like
to
that.
all of our patrons who are watching our patrons who are watching this right now. Starting with our divine producer, who's my mom. Hi, Mom. Thank you. You're not watching this, but I appreciate it. Bob might watch this, so hi, Bob. Thank you to Precarious, our demonic producer, formerly divine. He fell. Thank you so much, Precarious. To our wizards of the Patreon, I have to thank Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, and Eddie Isaacs, and the High Council of the Patreon, who are the shadowy figures who are, collecting apocalypse orbs and creating nuclear werewolves. That is Taryn, Buddy, Amberthist, Cubby Gummy, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, Mike Baxter, Kaylin Whitebeard, and Jade, the Maker of Monsters. You're all amazing. I love you big much, and I honestly cannot thank you enough. Be sure to come back for another episode of Demon the Descent very soon. Be seeing you.